Alright, welcome everybody to BBL Season 8, Week 2. We're going to be playing today as the Super Duper Melonheads, my primary of my two teams, and my offense-focused team. Last week, we had a rather unfortunate 6-3 loss against the Tigers. Not a game where a lot went well. We had a Jay Green bad day, and things kind of fell apart from there. Not my best play, not all my players' best play, and some missed opportunities, but we are ready to put that behind us and move on. We are going to be taking on our division rivals, the Little Giants, today at Tin Can Alley, our home field, where this team ought to do very well indeed with the build I've given them. Tin Can Alley just works really well for them. Giants are coached by Silver Bullet, who debuted last season. They had, like everybody else in our division, they had a rough week 1, ultimately losing to the AI after they had a +5, but then got slammed by a bunch of power-ups and ended up with a -1 that game to lose. I'm forgetting the team they lost to at the moment. The Cardinals. That's right, Devin Wolf's Cardinals. Anyway, so, like everybody else in our division, they lost in week 1, so this is going to be redemption for one of us. I am hoping it is going to be me. Alright, before we dive into the matchup, we'll go ahead and take a look at how this was predicted in the Predictor Challenge. Last week we had an overwhelming majority in favor of the Melonheads to win. I lost and let the ball down, and everybody responded by doing the exact same thing this week. We have an overwhelming majority in favor of the Melonheads to win this game, 13-2 in terms of predictions that have been submitted. Only Chris Blanco and R.U. Tyler are brave enough to root for the Giants instead. We'll see how that works out for them. One lock this week is Nate Tastic has locked the Melonheads to win. I tried to talk him out of it because I would never lock my own team to win. I'm not consistent enough of a player, but he went for it anyway. Also some predictions in the bonus sections for who will hit the most doubles. Both myself and Ace predicted the Melonheads to do that because there's a lot of Tin Can Alley and Solid Bats, I think, is going to result in a lot of doubles. And another bonus question, which matchup will have the smallest margin of victory? And Toast predicted that our matchup would be the one. We won't find that one out tonight because we need the Giants to play for that. Anyway, my own prediction for this game, I do think that the odds are in my favor. This team, I've only done 2 practice games at Tin Can Alley, but they did very well in both. I am in my home turf. If I can't win this game, then this is just going to be a rough season in general. So I do think this favors the Melonheads, and I do think that they are going to win this game. So without further ado, let's get into the game itself. Alright, so actually, I see stuff mentioned about nerfs. I actually rolled this game ahead of time. You're going to have to take my word for it that I did not do any rerolls. I stuck with the first roll I got, but I did it ahead of time because if I was going to be hammered by any nerfs, I wanted to know ahead of time and not find out right before I started playing. The good news is I have no nerfs involved this game. Jay Green is at full strength for the first time this season, so we will see how that goes. Mostly normal days for most of the team, although Stan is having a bad day in pitching and fielding. He's my best fielder on the team normally, so that could be a problem. Almost everyone else is normal, except Sheila Basanti actually has a nice buff here. Not huge, but small to batting, and most importantly, a buff to running. It's going to be even speedier than normal, which bodes well for us. Also a fielding buff, for whatever that's worth. Not sure what that'll do. With the normal day for Jay comes a return to more normalcy for the fielding arrangement, although in my practice games I had Heather Quinn at catcher a lot. I've decided I'd rather have Lindsey and her speed there. Heather's a good first baseman, so I'll put her there. That leaves Phil as kind of a weird fielder to try to fit in here. I'm going to put him at center field for this game because I don't think that's a very important position, and he can relay through Dimitri or Stan. That will be the fielding. As for the lineup, Jay Green was my leadoff hitter throughout the preseason, but last week Lindsey Felgate performed amazingly in the leadoff spot. She has earned it, so she is going to be staying there for the foreseeable future. Lindsey and Sheila, neither one got out at all that game. They were a tremendous 1-2 combo, so they've earned that spot, and Sheila's good day should make that only better. Stan, however, is moving down. Dimitri plus Stan right in a row doesn't work so well, I don't think. We'll bat Fabian cleanup. She's not the greatest hitter for Tin Can Alley, but I don't want her batting too close to Heather in the lineup. Then Jay Green leads off the second part of the lineup, where Lindsey was in the preseason normally. And for the rest of the lineup, Heather bats after Jay and Shane. Try to advance the two fast runners. Also be a nice spot if I end up with any power-ups. And then Stan and Phil after that to finish off the lineup. As for the Giants, I checked them before. I don't think they have any big bigs here. A-Rod has a speed buff, so he's going to be even more of a menace than he normally is. All the pro shortstops can be a headache there. I just have to hope I don't hit too close to him. Other big problem in this defense will be Barry Bonds, who is playing catcher. The good news is my hitting is good enough that I don't think I'll ever have to deal with him in a situation where I hit the ball. I'm going to be hitting the ball too far for that, but he is going to pretty effectively, I think, prevent me from stealing any bases. The rest of the defense is nothing too special. Higginson in left will be good for them, though. He'll get the balls in pretty quickly. Other than that, Ralph, Tran, Raphael, Don, Robbie, Earl, none of them super great. So we shall see how that goes. Hopefully I'll mostly be hitting the ball off the wall in any case. But this has two really scary defenders for this defense and then a bunch of average to not so great ones. We will see how that goes. And with that, I think we are ready to dive into the game. Let us hope this goes better than our opener. Jay Green pitching, who did a fantastic job in the preseason, but got taken off the mound after only 4 outs last week, giving up 3 runs in a series of at-bats that took full advantage of all the worst qualities of Cement Gardens for defense. Earl trying to bunt is failing, and swings and misses for strike 3. Jay Green strikes Earl Abbott out to start the game off. Good start. If he gets some more juice from it, it'll be even better. Alex Rodriguez, probably gonna be my biggest minutes at the plate here. Usually if they get the running buff, it tends to be up to 100 for the 10 plus speed. Phil did an amazing job at staunching the flow last week, but ultimately he's too weak of a pitcher for me to want to trust him with regular pitching duties. We'll do Jay instead. But yeah, with the speed buff, A-Rod is the scariest hitter on this team today, I think. But he watches strike 3 go by, a couple of less accurate pitches, but Jay gets the job done. 2 outs, and I think Barry Bonds will be coming up. No, Raphael Hendricks. Interesting to be batting third. Raphael's got a bat, but not too much else. At Tin Can Alley, he's not too much of a worry. Best he can do is probably like a double. Ooh, hits one right into the ground. Takes a nice bounce, but Dimitri's got it, and gets it to first in time. 3rd out. Alright, 3 up, 3 down for the Giants in the first. Good start. Let's see what we can do on offense. It's going to be Lindsey Felgate leading off. Went 4 for 4 with 9 total bases. Opening week, I had my Season 5 Melonheads here at Tin Can Alley. Lindsey was my leadoff hitter there, and she was amazing in the role. Earl Abbott, the pitcher, might be tough to tire out, but if I do tire him out, he's going to be almost useless. Running and pitching are all he really does. Lindsey hits one into left center, and it does get on to the trailer. Easy double. Looks like it's going to be more than just an easy double. Trips, but still gets to third easily. We're going to hold at third, though. Should be able to score her easily enough. I'm not going to take the risk here. Leadoff triple for Lindsey Felgate. Good start. Runner on third, nobody up. Sheila Basanti, the hitter. We'll see how good this hitting buff is. That's going to be good enough to get to the wall. No, it's not. But Ray is not able to make the play. He drops the ball. That lets Lindsey score, and Sheila get to first. Runner on first. No one out, and it's 1-0 Melonheads. Basically, a lot of balls hit off the wall or onto the trailer is what we're looking for. Based on our batting practice, we are going to swing for power with Dimitri. In regular fields, I like line drive for him, but at Tin Can Alley, I think power is what he needs. And an interesting move here, I went to steal second just to see how it would look with Bonds behind the plate, and he threw to third instead. Did not contest Sheila's attempts to grab second base. Alright, Earl with 2 not very friendly strikes. Makes the count 0-2. We're swapping to line drive to avoid the strikeout. Dimitri hits it into the ground. That should be a base hit. Robbie letting it one hop. Looks like Sheila could have gone for third on that play. Wasn't thinking about it enough, so she stays at second instead. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Fabian Callahan, the hitter now. And yeah, that was a play where A-Rod and Bonds did not get involved. And my game just slowed down slightly there as I roll through that pitch. That's not normal for me. Hopefully that does not become a thing here. Low corner for strike 2. 0-2 the count on Fabian. Jay Green waiting in the wings, so you can bet we're probably going to be scoring a couple more runs here. And there we go, our first big hit from Fabian of the game. Could have really used one of these from her in opening week, but we'll take it now. Easy single for her. Ray's going after it, but it's going to take him a while. He's got it thrown to second, not on time. It's a double for Fabian Callahan. Sheila Basanti scores. It's 2-0 Melonheads. And Jay Green is up, actually batting .666. I guess he must have had a fielder's choice last game. I thought he went 1 for 3. Evidently I was wrong. As well as a legit single, but now he's at full power, so... Ugh. That was not such a great hit, though, but A-Rod drops it. Jay does get to base safely, but A-Rod is able to recover in time to prevent the run from scoring, so it's bases loaded. With nobody out, Shane Smith the hitter. Hoping to avoid the double play. I think we got enough speed on the base path, so that should be easy enough. Fabian might have trouble getting to third safely. Everyone else should be good. At least that's my hope. Shane fouls one off. 0-2 the count. Low for ball 1. Heather Quinn is on deck, which could be interesting. And hits one towards right, and A-Rod bounces it off his head. It looks like Fabian's going to be out at third, but Jay and Shane and Dimitri are all safe. A run scores. Giants committing a lot of errors here. We've had 1 by Ray and 2 by A-Rod already, and that is certainly not going to help their cause at all. It's now runners on first and second. Fast runners on first and second with 1 out. Heather Quinn's the hitter. I can pretty easily see Heather getting a gap hit here and advancing the runners. And another error, this time by Raphael Hendricks at second. Could have been a dangerous situation otherwise, potential double play with Shane at second, but instead he's safe, Jay is safe, Heather is out at first on a sacrifice. So runners on second and third, there are 2 outs, making this a bit of a hairy situation. Stan Olafson the hitter. Looking to put a couple more runs on the board here in the first for the Melonheads. Fouls one off, 2-1 the count. On deck, Phil Nevin, so it's doubly good if Stan manages to get on base here. Outside, 3-1 the count. A walk is good enough for me here, honestly. And that's what I get. Walked on 5 pitches, Stan Olafson. That loads the bases up. 2 outs. Phil Nevin the hitter. Let's hope he does not choke in this situation. But at TCA, he's usually a pretty good guy to have at the plate. I remember in Season 5 during the draft when I was starting to lean a lot towards offense, I was recommended Phil Nevin for my team. Yuria actually made the recommendation. That was right after a season, though, where he had some struggles for me, so I decided not to pursue that. But Phil at TCA has, in our scrimmages, proven a good choice. Ends up at the end of the lineup just to try to drive in the rest of the players at the bottom of the lineup. Oh no, but he, in this case, hits a lineup straight towards short. This time A-Rod makes the play and gets the out at second, so unfortunately Phil is not able to deliver. Kills the rally instead, and we'll have to content ourselves with only 3 runs in the first. Not ideal, would have liked more, but still. Good first inning. Melonheads at TCA are here to play. Barry Bonds leading off for the Giants. Always a potential problem at the plate with decent power and good speed. Jay Green strikes him out on 3 pitches, though. First out. Looking for a more juice here. Jay's big problem on the mound is stamina. I do get the more juice, so I have that in my back pocket now. Very nice. Ray Tran, the hitter, and now we're going to get to the not-so-intimidating part of the Giants' lineup. Shouldn't have too much trouble here, I'm thinking. Ray lays down a bunt here, though. Jay is going to make the play in time. Oh, except Heather drops it at first. Ray now going to second as Jay walks right past the ball. Should have been an easy out at first. Heather dropped it. Should have been an easy out at second, but Jay ignored the ball when I clicked on it. So, Ray Tran gets to second base. You could, if you're feeling generous, call that a double. Robbie Baca, the hitter. It doesn't matter what season or what team, I always have problems with my players making harebrained moves out in the field. And with Ray over at second base, there's not even hope here for a double play. So we'll just strike out Robbie. Taken out of 3 pitches, that's Jay's 4th strikeout. Jay, I feel like could have been a good candidate for Ace Wilson this season, but his bad performance in opening week might have ruled that out. We'll see. Bobby Higginson, the hitter. Now, this team actually has a bunch of solid players on offense. We'll see what SB is able to accomplish with them. And pop up that Lindsey, with her speed, is able to track it down in time to catch it for the 3rd out. Alright, going into the bottom of the 2nd, we had one quote-unquote hit, which the scorekeeper was very generous and did not put any errors on the Melonheads tally on that one. But going into the bottom of the 2nd, 3-0 Melonheads, looking to expand that lead. Lindsey with a good start. That's easily going to be a base hit. Lands on the trailer. Doesn't look like that's going to be called. Well, ground rule double. Thought it was going to bounce down on the news bins, come back, but it ended up just staying there. So leadoff double for Lindsey. I'll take it. Not bad at all. Brings up Sheila Basanti. Both Lindsey and Sheila have yet to record an out this season, and Sheila's boost is giving me good hope that that will continue for her. That one's going to be, just short actually of the news bins. It's caught by Mariana for the 1st out. That's too bad. Close to a safe one there, but not quite. And Sheila records her 1st out of the season. Dmitry Petrovich is now the hitter. 1-for-1 with a single. Basically, everybody on my team is going to be credited with a hit from the 1st inning except Heather and Phil. And Dmitry swings at perhaps one he shouldn't have swung at. Fouls it off, so we're okay. 0-1 the count. Fouls another one off. Power swing not working quite so well for Dmitry in the actual game here, so back to line drive, as we hope to avoid a strikeout. Fouls another one off. And hits one into the ground. That should be an easy base hit. Lindsey gonna go ahead and go for home. And she tripped, leaving 3rd, making it a closer deal, but not that close. She is able to safely cross home plate anyway. Even with the loss of time, it is 4-0 Melonheads. Runner on first with 1 out, and Fabian Callahan, the hitter. Looking for another solid hit here. Move Dmitry over. Put him in scoring position for Jay Green. Strike 1. On one that just barely brushed the strike zone. 1-1 to count for Fabian. We have 1 out here in the 2nd. In theory, with Fabian and Jay up, shouldn't be too hard to score at least 1 more run here, but there you go, just lost one of those options as Fabian pops out to Alex up short. 2 outs, and we are hoping for Jay Green's 1st bomb of the season. He had a disappointing line drive in his 1st at-bat, salvaged by an A-Rod error. With that and his bad day last week, still has yet to deliver on his immense promise. And there you go. That one is sent skyward. That's not going to be over the building, I don't think, but that is going to be an extra base hit. Although, oh no, dang. Not nearly as good as I was hoping. It bounced right back off the trailer. Mariana was able to catch it, so I was expecting bigger things from that hit. Dimitri to score, but it didn't stay up there for long enough, so just a single for Jay Green. And let's see what Shane Smith can do. If he can get a solid hit here, Dimitri will score, which is good. I don't really want to have to rely on Heather to bat in the run, and she is on deck. On a similar note, I would much rather have Stan leading off the next inning than Heather. Shane fouls one off to keep the at-bat alive. I think that would have been called strike 3. Earl at 42 pitches, and we're only in the second inning. He's putting in a lot of work here. Not sure how tired he is, really. We're close to the 5-run mark, though, so we'll see what happens to the Giants' defense once he's taken off the mound. Full count now on Shane. Staying patient, fouling them off, and working up the count. Fouls another one off. Holding out for the walk here, it appears. Still full count. And going to take that one. It is low for ball 4. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Heather Quinn, the hitter. This is going to be interesting. If she hits it to the right place, we're good. Heather Quinn is not a terrible hitter. She's just not someone you can rely on too much. Don't want to hit it towards the right side if we can avoid it. Left side is much better. Our fast players are there. We need Heather to make it to first safely. However, Earl is just tossing me strikes over at the right side of the strike zone. 0-2 the count on Heather. I would love a walk here, actually. Hits a little ground ball instead. Can she beat it out at first? He throws to third instead. Earl throws to third. Throws not in time, and Robbie dropped it anyway. Heather makes it to first. Everyone is safe. And Dimitri comes across to score. It's 5-0 Melonheads. Hit the first multiplier. We're at +6 now. Earl is coming off the mound, and he's going to center field, which is going to mean some really bad defense around there. Ray Tran, the pitcher, and I think he should be a pitcher who's not going to be too hard to tire out nicely. And if we can do that, then even more holes in the Giants' defense. I'm not sure how good of a setup they have for substitute pitchers. Stan swings at one, fouls it off. A walk would be fine here, honestly. It would score another run. Phil's on deck. He can't just flub every single at-bat with the bases loaded, can he? We'll see. 2-2 the count now on Stan. Swapping to line drive, a.k.a. the avoiding strike 3 stance. Hits one just foul. That probably would have been a base hit, although I don't know. Might have been Harry there with Heather at second. Would really love to put one on the trailer here. Line drive, gets past Baco. Higginson has to dive to get it, and he does not throw to second. I think if he'd thrown to second, it would have been on time. He threw to third where he did not have a play. Another run crosses. 6-0 Melonheads. Phil Nevin, the hitter. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. He was in this position last time, and he just hit a dinky line drive for an easy third out. Hopefully, he can deliver here. 1 hit so far this season, which was a Simmons Gardens home run. Fouls that pitch off for the first strike. 1-1 the count. Hopefully he can put one on the trailer here and we can go to town. Nope. It's a line drive over there instead. Who's going to be fielding it? It's going to be Hendricks. Oh, and he makes the play at second. I thought we were safe there. Not quite. Once again, I rushed the wrong player and we got the third out. So unfortunately, Phil once again fails to deliver. Once again strands 3 runners and limits our inning rally to just 3 runs. But it is 3 runs, and it's 6-0 Melonheads after 2 innings. Don Kozart hitting first for the Giants in this inning. And easy pop out. 1 down. Jay Green has pitched an excellent game so far. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. Only hit allowed was off a couple of silly errors. Mariana Raup, the hitter now. Slow and not a home run bat means not that scary here. Swing and miss for strike 2. We could use some more juice here. Had to use it in the seconds after the errors. We do get the strikeout. We'll see what it ends up with. And Earl Abbott now up. We do have more juice. The game is being kind to us today. Earl takes strike 1. probably should be a fairly easy mark for a strikeout here today. Although that ball missed by a little bit for ball 1. And nope, he bunts this one instead. Alright, well, that'll be an easy out. Third out, and we move on to the bottom of the third inning. Once again, the top of the Melonheads lineup coming up. It's 6-0, and we are looking to extend that lead by more than 3 runs here. Lindsey Felgate leading off. 2 for 2 with 5 total bases so far today. Looking to add to that total. And that's going to be an easy base hit, at least. Lindsey is an absolutely amazing hitter for Tin Can Alley, is all I can say. Her power range is absolutely perfect. Sheila Basanti, and we're going to try for a grounder. Going to rely on the speed boost to get her on base safely. And hit straight towards A-Rod at short, and he tags Lindsey out. The grounder was a mistake. This is what happens when I grounder. This is why I don't like grounder ball peeps. They lure me in to doing stupid stuff like that. Line drive and everyone's probably safe. Instead, Lindsey's out. Sucks. Oh well, Dimitri's up now. We were in a similar position here, 1 on, 1 out last inning, and we scored 3 runs with the possibility for more. Bonds, once again, doesn't go for the play at seconds. And also noticing today that I'm having trouble with lag in my game, which is not something that's ever happened before. And gonna take that one just barely high for ball 1. My choice was correct. And that one was too high. I didn't pay attention until too late. Dimitri strikes out. 2 outs already this inning, and not going so well so far. Starting to get frustrated. Alright, Fabian's up. Anything that Fabian hits that she can get to first base, I think can score Sheila. So, unfortunately, it's just a pop-up, and Bonds is there, even if he drops it. Fabian's problem... Nope, she makes it. Unfortunately, I was too intent on rushing Fabian, and I didn't take the time to send Sheila home. So now we're going to need a base hit from Jay Green as well. Shouldn't be too hard, you'd think, but we'll see. Well, he did get his first big hit last inning. Was only a single, though, and this time he hits a grounder. Fabian is running like her life depends on it. Cannot outrun Mariana Raff's arm. Melonheads are out of the third with 0 runs scored. Frustrating inning. Going to need to really pick up if we want to win this matchup, because I don't expect SB to just sit back and do nothing. And we ended the inning with Jay Green too, is what really sucks. Jay had a very promising preseason. He was hitting well, but in the actual season so far, he has been a disappointment. A-Rod barely makes it to first base as I waited a bit too long to throw because I thought that was going to be a foul ball. So, took me by surprise. Raphael fouls one off. Any sort of double play chance here would be iffy. It would take some luck because I need Raphael to not hit a big hit, and A-Rod's going to be hard to get out. And he hits a big hit off of Sheila's head. Going to be a single for Hendricks. Fortunately, A-Rod only advances 1 base, but this is starting to get hairy. Barry Bonds now up. We were doing well, but now everything is starting to fall apart here. Alright, we want the strikeout here. I don't want to take no risks with Barry Bonds putting this ball in play. And we get the strikeout. Okay, after this half inning, I am going to have to pause here because this game is lagging for me. It has never done this before. I need to see if I can figure out what's going on here because I don't want this lag messing me up. It might mean having to stop the stream. Ray Tran now up. Not such a strong hitter. Maybe. I don't want to give him any meatballs because he is a solid hitter. He could make me regret it. But there's a chance for a double play with Ray. And Bingo! It's a ground ball straight to third, and we are able to convert it. Heather is on deck in the fourth, so she will have a power-up to play around with there. Exactly what we want. Going into the bottom of the fourth at 6-0, and pardon me a moment while I check what's going on. Okay. Alright, give me just a moment here, please. Alright, I was seeing a lot of disk space at first. Somewhat high CPU usage. OBS is using quite a bit, but I'm looking for something that I can kill off to get rid of some more. I can close some of my Firefox tabs. Would like to keep up the Twitch chat. Sorry, especially for those watching this playback and wondering what the heck is going on and why they have to wait. Got to do my best to avoid the lag crippling me here. Putting a lot of programs here that I don't need to have open. Hopefully it's not just a thing with like OBS actively streaming that's messing with my game. That would kind of suck. But welcome, Crazy Eights. We are on hold here while I try to figure out why my game is lagging and stop it from continuing to lag before it messes me up. Alright, looking decent here. We'll try with that. Back to the game. Alright. Unfortunately, we had Jay Green grounding into the third out courtesy of Fabian to finish off last inning. Shane Smith leading off here, 1-for-1 with a single and a walk. Hopefully he can get on base. And let Heather work some magic with the special bats. Nice hit by Shane. Even my speedsters this season have pretty good bats. Shane has some solid power here. And he singles, so Heather will be breaking out the crazy bunt. Leading to hopefully a good start to the fourth. Now, unfortunately, crazy bunt is not great for Tin Can Alley. But we'll do what we can. Sends that one scrambling and right into left center, which basically gives us no chance to accomplish more stuff with that. Such is the life, but hey, it's a guaranteed hit. I will take that. Stan Olafson now up. He has a single and a walk. Hoping he can hit something that safely advanced everybody. Phil Nevin is on deck. He has had two big disappointments this game. We'll see if he can come through here in the fourth. Fouls one off with 2 strikes. 0-2 the count now. We do have a crazy bunt if Heather comes up to bat again, which she probably can. We have no outs and still 6 outs to work with. If she doesn't come up to bat again, then that is a symptom of the Melonheads doing really bad. That's going to be an infield fly by Stan. Quite possibly saving my butt there. Phil Nevin up. He has been up twice this game. Both times the bases were loaded with 2 outs. Both times he got a dinky hit for the third out. Let's see if with only 2 on and 1 out here, he can finally come through. Not on that pitch. Corner strike. Looking for a good trailer ball to score Shane, advance Heather safely. Take whatever we can get. Lindsey is waiting in the wings. Might be her first at-bat with this game with runners on base. Alright, with 2 strikes, again got to go for the not strike out strategy. And we strike out anyway as Phil chases one that was too far outside by second strikeout of the game. With this team at this field, every strikeout really hurts. Alright, 2 outs. The Melonheads have been drying up since the second inning. Let's see if Lindsey can get us on the board. A nice hit there. That's going to go up on top of something. That's going to be a base hit at least. Shane is coming around. That ball is lingering there. Just what we need. It is stuck inside the newspaper bin. Fantastic. I think that's going to prevent it from being called a ground rule double. And they can't get it. Heather scores. Lindsey scores. Lindsey Felgate has hit for the cycle this game, now with an inside the park home run. thanks to some Tin Can Alley shenanigans, and the score is now 9-0 Melonheads. Sheila now up. 2 for 3, an out, a single, and a fielder's choice when I was foolish enough to try using grounder and grounded right into getting Lindsey out at seconds. Grounder ball people are messing with you. Unfortunately, Sheila hits a grounder straight to first base for the third out, which sucks, but we did score 3 runs there thanks to Lindsey, who is an absolute rock star for the Melonheads so far this season. It is 9-0, and we will have one more chance to score. Robbie Baca, the hitter, hits one straight to Jay. Jay cannot handle it. Stan's first chance to field here with his bad day. He is able to take care of that one. 1 out. Bobby Higginson, the hitter. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Jay has had a much better game on the mound today than he did last week. Looking to collect strikeout number 7 here. And he does. Bobby Higginson strikes out. Nobody on 2 outs. And Don Cozart, the hitter. Don, of course, one of the members of the last season champion Junior Athletics. And hits this one straight to Jay. Should be a very routine third out, and it is. Alright. Going into the bottom of the 5th, we do have a crazy bunch, and Heather 5th in line to bat. Let's see what Dimitri and Fabian and Jay can do here. Dimitri is 2 for 3 today, with 2 singles. Melonheads currently have a +10 lined up. I need more than that to feel remotely confident in this. Let's see how much we can put up here. Good news is next run we score, it counts as 2 thanks to the multiplier. Dimitri, I believe, struck out in his previous at bat, letting a couple of high pitches go. 0-2 the count here. Ray's done decently well on the mound, but I'm looking forward to forcing him off. And seeing who the Giants send next. And that is not quite hit well enough, and Mariana Ralph catches it for the first out. That's a bad start. Slow Fabian coming up. That's going to put us in a difficult position to do a lot this inning. I thought I swung late at that, but that was actually a perfect timing. Does not go over the wall, unfortunately. That's what we really needed. It was not to be, but Mariana is ignoring this one because A-Rod and Bobby are going for it. Fabian is taking this advantage and exploiting it for all it is worth. And folks, you are going to indeed see the right fielder just standing there and doing nothing until it's too late, and letting Fabian, on what should have been a single, get an inside the park home run. It is 10-0 Melonheads. Jay Green is up. A new day dawns for the Melonheads. Let's see if Jay can do well here, though. He's had only 1 big hit so far this game and this season. Not performing like the reigning MVP he is. Or even like he did in scrimmages. There we go. There's a good hit by Jay. That's going to be an easy base hit. Probably at least a double. Let's see. That one is going to come off the dumpsters. He's going to get to advance to third. Yes. Triple for Jay Green. Well, no. There's nobody at home. I could have gone home. Now there is somebody at home. Jay is getting caught between bases and tiring himself out for no reason. Alright. But he does end up settling safely at third base. Runner on third, 1 out, Shane Smith up, Heather with a crazy bunt waiting in the wings, and Barry Bonds coming up to pitch. Barry Bonds is coming up to pitch, which means Ray Tran is now behind the plate. And that is interesting. Any ground balls I hit are going to be in trouble if they're anywhere near Bonds. That's our big problem. That is not a ground ball, though. That is not anywhere near any fielders. That's going to land. Holding at first because A-Rod's got the ball. He ends up throwing it nowhere. Okay, got to retreat. A-Rod suddenly is unable to throw the ball. I'm not sure what's going on there. Ultimately, an RBI single for Shane Smith. Jay Green scores. It is 11-0 Melonheads. Heather Quinn now up. She can crazy bunt. Life is good. Off an elevator pitch. Now that... We'll have to get all the way around the lineup again for that to actually do any good. Because only Heather can use it, but still not bad. It's Raphael going to get that ball, and that means Shane has an easy time taking home plate. I don't know if Heather could have made it to second or not. I didn't want to risk it. Shane scores, and it is now 12-0 Melonheads. We're at plus 14. Looking to add on even more, and Heather got more crazy bunts. Okay. Stan Olafson, the hitter now, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk, and looking to put one on the trailer so that Heather can advance safely, and Phil Nevin waiting in the wings. Outside for ball 3, Barry Bonds is not doing a great job here on the mound. We are going to let that one go. Ray throws one into the ground. Heather is in fact allowed to steal second, no problem. That makes things easier for Stan. It's now 3-1 the count. And that's going to be a walk on 5 pitches. Barry Bonds had thrown 3 pitches before that at bat, so yeah. Also, the fact that Barry Bonds is the third person to come onto the mound for the Giants is an issue. Alright, Phil Nevin is 0 for 3 today, with a strikeout and 2 dinky hits with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Can he get some redemption here and finally make some contributions to our offensive effort for today? We'll see. First, he has to get a ball he can hit. But with 1 out only, and Lindsey Felgate on deck, things are looking good for the Melonheads, and Phil destroys one! Unfortunately, it didn't get enough height fast enough to be over the fence, but still. And unfortunately, it was almost a bit too well destroyed. Bounced in right away. Heather did not have the chance to make it home. So only a single for Phil, but still a good situation. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Lindsey Felgate, the hitter. She has hit for the cycle today. Had 1 of everything. Has yet to record an out this season. Let's hope this is not her first. Hitting power with her. With the bases loaded, we want to clear them as much as possible. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. And 3-0 is Bonds just going to walk Lindsey. A boosted Sheila is on deck, and everyone will have decent speed if Lindsey walks. I'm too greedy, swing for it, foul it off. No harm there, because it's a foul. 3-1 the count. Swing too early on a weirdly paced heat. I think Bonds doesn't have a good heater, and that threw me off. Full count now. That one's going to be low, though. Ball 4. Lindsey draws a walk. Heather will score. It is 13-0 Melonheads. Bases loaded with just 1 out. Should be able to score some more runs, hopefully. Dimitri and Fabian are on deck and in the hole, and Jay Green after that. Sheila Basanti, the hitter. Only 2 for 4 today, despite the good day. Hits a solid line drive here, though. Nobody's going to catch that. It falls to Earl to field it. Makes the cutoff through A-Rod, which was a good strategy, but A-Rod goes for a long throw to third, which isn't going anywhere fast. Phil scores. 2 RBI single by Sheila. It's 15-0 Melonheads, and the 5th inning rally here is real. Still just 1 out, and Dmitry Petrovich now the hitter, and we can steal because Ray Tran is catching. Dmitry has 2 singles today. We could steal, or we could swing at that very juicy-looking pitch. Only problem is that Dmitry just hit it into the ground. Still, easy single, loading up the bases once again, and you can see there from his rather slow run there, Barry is getting tired out. Fabian is now up 3 for 4. She's a triple shy of the cycle. Good hit here by her, and we score several more runs. Only 1 out. Jay Green is on deck. Life is good. Good chance now, actually, that Heather gets to use a crazy butt. Barry is coming off the mound here, and Don Cozart's now pitching. I'm happy with that. I'm not too afraid of Barry at first base, and Don is a lot less scary on the mound. Fabian with a beautiful trailer shot there. 1 run scores. Fabian rounded for second. 2 runs scored. Dimitri is going to score as well. That is going to come off the newspaper bin. Not a ground rule double. And no one covering third. Fabian is going to trip. Fabian Callahan with the cycle. You'll love to see it. It's now 18-0 Melonheads at plus 21. The Melonheads are back in full force. Everybody contributing to the effort today. And now it's Jay Green's turn. 3 for 4 with a triple, 2 singles. Looking for another big hit here. Doesn't even need too much to score Fabian. That one's going to be a ground ball. Earl gets it right away. Got to make a throw through, though, to get Fabian out. And Don has to leap. Fabian scores. RBI single for Jay Green. $19-0. Shane Smith a hitter. Only 1 out. Heather Quinn with a crazy bunt is on deck. Shane, after a rough first game, has not recorded an out so far here with 3 singles and a walk. Jay steals second easily. Yes, and thank you for the lock, Natastic. We had only 9 runs after 4 innings, so it wasn't looking quite so good then, but it got better. And I will wait for the chat on that. I don't think that counts as cheesing because I think Shane was safe at first anyway. I didn't even send Jay deliberately towards third. I just had him stealing and forgot. I'll listen to the chat on this one. If you think I should suicide with Jay, then I will respect that, but I don't think that's necessary. Heather places a crazy bunt, which gets to a perfect spot in right center. Earl fielding it. Gonna be an easy 1-run scoring. And nobody covering home. Shane is going to trot across the plate as well. 21-0. Still only 1 out. Melonheads at TCA are a force to be reckoned with. The real question is, can we have any big games away from home? We will see. Bobby Higginson now pitching. Downgrading from Higginson to Cozart in left field, which I like. Two good pitches against Stan, though. 0-2 the count. And, man. I was too distracted by the chat on that one. Thought that one would be high, and so Stan strikes out looking for the second out. Phil now up. 1 for 4 today. Strike 1. Let's see if Phil can deliver here and continue this inning, or if that's going to be it. Swings and misses at strike 2. That strikeout with Stan should not have happened. 3 strikeouts this game, every one of those was crushing. With a team like this at Tin Can Alley, striking out is about the worst thing you can do. And Phil sends one. Okay, that actually wasn't quite as well hit as it appeared at first glance when he was hitting it. Still, easy single off the wall. The inning continues. Let's hope that Lindsey doesn't let us down here. Lindsey 4 for 4. She has a deluxe cycle. 1 of each hit plus a walk. And that one's going to be another hit. That's going on top of the trailer. Lindsey continues to deliver. At least a double. It's going to be a double. Ground rule double. Yep. Ground rule double by Lindsey. She continues to deliver for this team. Scores another run. 22-0. And Sheila Basanti now up. Runners on second and third, and nope, 2 outs. Yeah, I will get out the footage for review after the game from the potential cheese play. The good news with that is that it was a very clear-cut case here. If Jay gets out there, then I score 1 less run off of Heather's hit, and then Stan is a third out, so I would have scored a total of 20 runs before the multiplier. So, if that is ruled cheese, that will be a very easy fix. it'll just be a 20-0 game here. However, if it's not ruled cheats and I get at least 2 more runs, maybe more. Dimitri's now up with the bases loaded. He has 3 singles today. Takes ball 2. On a side note, this is, I'm pretty sure, the highest regular season score I have put up since the magical Season 5. Fouls one off, 3-1 the count. A walk would be fine here, Fabian is on deck. However, that would be even nicer. Moonshot by Dimitri, gonna bounce off the wall. But it's still gonna be 2 more RBI. A-Rod not even doing a good job on defense here. 2 more runs scored, it's now 24-0 Melonheads. Yes, very nice game regardless. And we're getting to the point where this is actually starting to get a little bit boring, I have to admit. Scoring run after run after run can only stay exciting for so long. I'm going to keep going as long as I can, because we want as many runs as we can. No reason to leave anything to chance if we can avoid it, but once I get to about 20 runs, it starts being a little less exciting. And Fabian hits one into the ground. This could be it. We'll see. Bouncing for a while, and it's going to Rafael. Rafael does not have a play there. He throws the ball into no man's land, so Dimitri is going to score as well. 2 more runs scored here, and it is now 26-0 Melonheads. We're at plus 31 right now. Pretty nice. Jay Green up. He's gotten 3 good hits today. We can stop giving him grief. Took a little bit to get into the groove today, but he's finally there. Mariano Ralph comes on to pitch now, putting Bobby Higginson in right field. I make an ill-advised choice to swing at an elevator pitch, and as bad as Ray is doing at catcher, he is not doing bad enough that Fabian can steal second base. Another elevator swing, and that gets past Bonds. That's going to be a base hit. Higginson takes long enough to get to the ball. Not even throwing that great because he's tired out. Only A-Rod, Robbie Bacco. Yeah, A-Rod and Robbie Bacco are, I believe, the only... Oh, no. A-Rod, Robbie Bacco, and Rafael Hendricks are the only players now not to pitch this game. And Heather Quinn is on deck. She has her choice of power-ups if we manage to get just 1 more hit here. Shane fouls one off. And I accidentally clicked outside the game window. Sorry for the pause there. Might be tough for Shane to get a hit that advances Fabian, but we'll see. He does have a perfect day so far. 4 for 4 with 4 singles and a walk. Elevator outside. Giants are in full-on collapse mode at this point. A walk would be nice here. And I might get it. It's 3-1. Shane has a good eye, so it shouldn't be too hard to see ball 4 come in and take it. But at the same time, I'm not going to pass up a meaty pitch like I'm. Barry Bonds runs away from the ball and lets Rafael Hendricks deal with it. Oh my goodness, Barry, what the heck. Not a very proud moment here for the Giants. Alright. Heather Quinn is up, and I have my choice of power-ups. Ultimately, Screaming Line Driver is going to buy me barely any time. Crazy Bunt might buy me some more time. Crazy Bunt it is. Ball 1. The inning that never ends. Ball 2 there. A walk is acceptable. Honestly, at this point. I probably wouldn't get much better than that in terms of bases anyway. But we can do the Crazy Bunt instead. Chasing it around some. It's getting quite a bit of airtime here. Going ahead and going for an extra base here. And Jay's scoring. Jay scores. Fabian scored already. Robbie with a nice throw home, but it's not enough. Shane scores as well. 3 RBI single on a Crazy Bunt by Heather. It's now 29-0 Melonheads. We are now, I believe, at the point where this is my 2nd highest score in a regular season game ever. We are still some ways away from reaching number 1, but we'll see. Stab hits one off the wall. That's not coming back in the field anytime soon. Heather can make it to 3rd, at least. It's in there. They're having trouble getting to it. Heather trips Ball's getting in too quickly. I don't think she's going to score here, so she holds back. Double by Stan. The inning continues. Phil Nevin is now up to bat. If you are still here watching, I admire your tenacity. I think that at this point, if I was watching someone else's game and they were doing this, I would have just quit out of boredom. Anyway, Phil's going to put one on the trailer, it looks like, or maybe off the side of the trailer. In any case, another base hit. A-Rod and Earl tripping over themselves, let the ball get on the newspaper bin as Stan comes across to score. And they're just throwing it at each other. Finally, I think A-Rod was trying to throw it home. It didn't come anywhere close. RBI triple by Phil Nevin. 31-0 Melonheads. Now, even including my one postseason blowout, this is my second highest score ever. Highest score is, I think, a plus 47, so we're about 10 runs away from that still. I don't think we're going to make it there, but we'll see. Dawn now coming back on to pitch. Which puts... Where's that put Mariana? That puts Mariana back in left field. Okay. Lindsey takes second base for free. RBI's double, and it's now 32-0. Well, Nate-tastic, I am pleased to say I think you were correct in locking me. If I lose this game with a 38 runs scored, I am going to be shocked. And that would be very much hats off to Silver Bullet for managing to beat me. And it looks like the AI has finally entered the infinite pitching change loop. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be seeing a lot of swaps between Mariana Ralph and Don Cozart up until this game finally ends. Yep, 10 more runs for the 50. We'll see. With 2 outs on the board, I don't think I can add... You sly dog, Nate-tastic. You distracted me enough that I didn't realize I was looking at strike 3 going right past. Sheila is struck out looking, and the inning finally ends 23 runs. In the 5th inning, I think that is enough to make our victory assured. And we have a good shot at the most doubles, too. And now it's time to finally put this game to bed here in the 6th inning. Yeah. Who knows, maybe I could have made the 50 if somebody hadn't been talking too much about it and distracting me in the Twitch chat. The perils of streaming. Whatever, I will take it. My second highest score ever is nothing to sneeze at. Big hit there, but foul. I am happy. I was worried that I was just going to fizzle this game, especially when I scored nothing in the 3rd and was still at just plus 7. And now the Giants strike back. A nice hit into right by Mariana. Shane cannot handle it. Yeah, plus 38 is what I have. Plus 48 is my record, so... We were still some way away from there, but still. This has definitively proven Melonheads and TCA are a force to be reckoned with. The real question is, can we get it together on the road and start doing well instead of having games like the Tigers game? It's also worth noting that I did have the good luck not to have any nerfs in play this game. You nerf any one of my players, and I probably lose a good 10 to 15 to 20 runs in this game, because I scored the last 12 runs there in the 5th. I scored with 2 outs, so a bad day, and the player probably gets 1 more out, that takes those runs away right away, and probably scores less runs. Bad days can have huge effects in this game. Anyway, we struck out the last batter, Earl, I think, and A-Rod's now up, tries to bunt. Does Jay have a good one of any of these special pitches? He does not. So, whatever. Just heat him out, and we do so. Smoked out A-Rod. 2 outs, Rafael Hendricks, a last chance for the Giants to accomplish anything. Needs to get a good enough hit to score slow Mariana from first base. Fouls him off. We'll go ahead and let's have some fun. No, let's not. I will not pull a Silver Bullet against Silver Bullet here. Not going to take that chance, although Ooh, Raphael toasts a right hook there. Looks like this game will go on just a little longer. Single, we have runners on first and second. Barry Bonds now to hit. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, so let's see if Jay can make it an even 10 Ks on the game. Strike 2 is taken. 0-2 the count. We're not going to throw a heater at Barry Bonds. We're not going to tempt fate like that. Instead, he takes ball 1. Whatever. Can't quite get to the end of the game here. There we go. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Barry Bonds is out. Giants are done, and this score is final. Final score, Melonheads 32, Giants 0. That is going to be a plus 38 when all is said and done. I will be shocked and very upset if I don't win. Stay tuned, though, as we have some players of the game and around the league to look at. Around the league results, once again, not anything too impressive here. The Fishes shut out the Orioles 13-0. And therein, that was the most impressive AI score we got here. Twins got walked out. As for stats for this game, very impressive. Other than Stan, who drew 2 walks. Everyone got on base at least 4 times this game, except Phil, who had 3 hits. Phil had got out all of his first 3 at-bats, but then got 3 hits in that 5th inning, so nice result there. Everyone else got on base at least 4 times. We drew 4 walks against them, did strike out 4 times, which is very unfortunate, and without those 4 strikeouts, we'd probably 50, honestly. Anyway, player of the game is no question. Lindsey Felgate has been a rock star so far this season, and she was very much so this game. 6 for 6, 1 single, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 1 walk. Scored 5 times and batted in 6 runs. Worth noting, Heather was able to bat in 7 runs with her generous power-ups. Fabian managed to hit for the cycle, and probably enough, and bat in 7 runs of her own. True team effort, though, here. Everybody had some stuff to contribute. Alright. On the mound, fairly uninteresting game. Jay allowed 5 hits, struck out 10. Didn't let anybody score. Alright, next week we will be playing another game at home. We will be facing RU Tyler's Rangers. Tyler had better watch out because we have proven that we are a force to be reckoned with, and the Rangers have Amir Khan as a catcher, which means we are going to be able to steal bases with reckless abandon. That should be another fun one. For the Melonheads, after that, with 3 games on the road, is where it will get interesting. In any case, thanks for watching it today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you later.